Hello everyone, welcome back to one of the last scavenger prompts that we have. There's only a few left, so let's see which booktuber's next.
Danny, thank you so much for having me be a part of Bucket Listathon this year. You know how much I love this readathon, and I'm so excited to give a prompt to all of our bookish friends. Now, over on my channel, Brittany Loves Reading, I am stereotypically Canadian, and I lean into it often. A lot of times, my Canadian accent will pop out on sprints, and my TBR game is literally based on Tim Hortons, which is very stereotypical Canadian brand. So I thought, you know what, for this prompt, y'all have to come to Canada. Now, I know you can't really. I know you can't all just come to Canada. That's expensive. That's hard. So you need to do it through a book. So I need you to read a book either by a Canadian author or set in Canada. A lot of the times, those two can be doubled up and done together. I am currently drinking a maple coffee, and I think there is nothing more Canadian than a little shot of maple. So have yourself a maple flavored snack or drink or treat of any kind if you need to do this with a lifestyle prompt, and come visit Canada vicariously through your reading and through your snacks.
Brittany, I have to say, this was a good decision. I went to a local coffee shop after hearing your prompt to see if they had something maple that I could enjoy, and they had a Buddy the Elf chai maple, and I love chai. So perfect, very serendipitous that it happened at the same time that your prompt came around. I'm very fortunate to have this drink in front of me, and I'm very excited to continue. But I am not just doing the lifestyle prompt. I will be also participating in reading from a Canadian author. And the one that I've chosen was an author that I've read from before, and I didn't realize that this author was an American Canadian author, and that is Fonda Lee. I recently read Jade City and wasn't a big fan of the fact that fantasy wasn't the focal point. I just felt like the magic was so interesting, but it wasn't ever focused on in the story, and so I just didn't get what I wanted out of the book. And I did like the writing style, and so I would like to try Fonda Lee again. And luckily, Fonda Lee has a novella out called The Untethered Sky that I've heard great things about. So this is the one that I would like to pick up for this prompt. One that I will give to you guys if you are looking for a recommendation for Canadian authors is Moon of the Crusted Snow. I really enjoyed this. A lot of people avoid this book if you're not a horror reader, but I would say even if you aren't into horror, it's more dystopian and talking about community and what happens in an event in our world if something happens where all communication goes down and resources are sparse. So we are in an Indigenous community in this book, and they live out kind of in a very obscure area, but they still get their like supply trucks and things that come in from local cities to give them certain resources. However, something happens at the very beginning of the book where these things stop happening. Trucks stop coming to the village, people stop coming to the village, and they don't really know why, because all communication has stopped from the city. Everything's kind of gone dark, and they are in the beginning of winter. And so they have to figure out as a community how to come together and survive a very harsh winter. You also have some kind of creepy things going on. You have some people come into town who are not originally part of the village, who have some different ways of thinking about community and how things should occur. And that causes some tension within the book as well. I thought this was very well done. I've read the sequel to this as well, and it's very unsettling just because I do think that the things that occur in this book are things that would happen in real life if we had this type of traumatic event. So if you're interested and you're wanting kind of a snowy, wintry read, I think that this one is excellent. If you are looking for more Canadian author recs, don't forget to go and check out Brittany's channel. I have linked her in the description down below. I would love to see you guys go and support her, and I will see you guys in the next prompt. Bye!